Welcome to a new video of our video series IBM Power Virtual Server, The Essentials. In this video I'm going to explain what Power Virtual Server is with the help of this whiteboard. My name is Tony Bastiaans and I will take you through what is IBM Power Virtual Server. IBM Power Virtual Server is compute in the cloud. It has its own storage, and I'm going to draw it a little bit differently. So it's connected towards that. And we have here the compute, storage, and of course we have networking to the rest of the IBM cloud, but also to the outside world. This is more or less between the dotted line, is managed by IBM, and customers can create their own virtual machines on top of this environment. So they can create virtual machines on top of this environment. As mentioned, this is managed by IBM, this is managed by the customer, and if they are going to set up virtual machines, they're going to do that with operating systems that are available in Power Virtual Server. So we have three flavors there. Customers can create AX, IBM I, and Linux virtual machines or partitions. If you compare it to the on-premise world, it's an LPAR, and we call it inside Power Virtual Server virtual machines or virtual server instances. The operating system is also available there, so a customer can say, I will create a virtual machine on IAX, and they can pick the different operating systems, the operating versions of AX that are available. For IX, for IBM I, but also for Linux, we have SUSE and Red Hat images available. By setting up that environment, the customer selects how big that environment needs to be. So he says, I want so many cores, so many memory, so many storage, and then that virtual machine is created and they have an environment where they can run their workload on. This whole environment is part of the bigger IBM cloud. So this gives the customers the availability to have direct access to all the services that are available in IBM Cloud. For example, AI solutions with watsonx. Sorry for my writing. On school they already asked if I became a doctor because my writing is not readable, but I hope you can see and understand what I want to say here. With AI Watson or one of the other 250 services that are available on IBM Cloud. This Power Virtual Server environment we have available in 23 locations around the globe. We have Sao Paulo in South America, Washington and Dallas in the US, Toronto, Montreal in Canada, London in UK, Frankfurt and Madrid in European Union, Chennai in India, Sydney in Australia, and Osaka and Tokyo in Japan. And if you have counted with me, that were not 23 cities, but in multiple cities we have multiple data centers, so that gives us a total of 23 data centers around the globe. As I already mentioned, we take care of the storage, we take care of the compute, so as an end user you don't have to worry about that. We do the upgrades and that kind of stuff. You're responsible for operating system updates and the usage around one, and then of course if you have created a virtual machine with the operating systems, your applications will run on top of that. And then of course we see, for example with our AX Oracle workload, IBM, a lot of homegrown applications around one, and Linux is of course, a lot of focus is on HANA. So we really have that environment available there. If I switch a little bit further and explain a little bit further on that. If you are a customer, you create, as I mentioned, a virtual machine and you decide how many cores you want, how much memory, how much storage you want to attach towards that. And storage, we came in different flavors. We have tier 0 till flexible IOPS around one, so different speed where it really fits your needs around one, and operating system you decide, and then you create a virtual machine. You can really start very small with a quarter of a core, and 2 gigabit of memory. So you can really start with a real small environment, and if you want to grow due to peak loads of your workload, for example with Thanksgiving or end of year of other marketing activities that generates a lot of workload, you can come up with all kinds of scenarios. It's really easy to scale your environment to a bigger environment. So you really can start small, grow if you need it, and the beauty is that you can grow the amount of cores and memory 8 times on the fly. So if you start small with a quarter of a core, you can then, without going down, grow to 4 cores. And 2 times 8 is 16 gigabyte of memory. It's of course depending a little bit where you want. If you want to go beyond those 8 times bigger environment, you have to shut down your environment, resize it, and then bring it up again. But certainly this flexibility of growing 8 times is really helping you in that area that you, for example, for DR workloads is very perfectly, and we see a lot of customers using that. And also, if we go further, if you say, hey, I had my peak or my DR is solved, it's easily to scale it down again, and also with 8 times without going down. So you really have the flexibility to set up the environment that you need, and you only pay for what you use. So in that way you really have the flexibility in consuming what you need, and you don't over provision it. If I go back to my original drawing, we already said that we have the compute here. We have currently Power 9, 10 and 11 as power generation available here. So you really can pick what you need and where you want. And also if you say, hey, I currently have an application that is tied to Power 9 due to the fact that it's not yet supported on 10, or I'm not able to move forward on the newest generation, you can start on 9, do an application upgrade, and then move it easily to Power 10 or to Power 11. So in really that way we offer a lot of flexibility. I think that are the basic parts of IBM Power Virtual Server. IBM Power Virtual Server, part of IBM Cloud. It's infrastructure as a service. We deliver compute, storage and networking to you, and we are also responsible for that hardware layer, so no worries for you around that part. You can, on top of that environment, you can create virtual machines with the different operating systems that are available. AIX, IBM I, Linux, those images are available in our catalog, so you can pick it and spin up your environment. You are responsible for that part of the world of your environment, so upgrades of AIX, user creation, your data, that is where you are responsible for. And as I mentioned, flexible in sizing and flexible in costing. So I think really an environment that really can help you in your driving your business around DR, dev test, modernization environments. But we also see customers moving their whole environment from on-prem to IBM Power Virtual Server. If you want to know more, please reach out to us, and we are more than happy to talk you further on IBM Power Virtual Server. Thanks for watching another video in our series IBM Power Virtual Server, the essentials. Stay tuned for more, and looking forward to see you again. Thank you.